Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Angle Guys. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. This is the monthly reading for the month of July for the sign of Pisces. So this is a broad spectrum reading. Basically, if you have a sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Pisces, or you have heavily placed planets in Pisces, which I would consider 3 or more planets heavily placed, you may want to watch this because it will give indication as to what type of a month you may be having in a very broad manner, right? You have to figure out where this reading best fits in your life. Please check out my daily forecast on the YouTube channel. In the drop-down menu there is all my contact information if you're interested in private reading, how to follow me on social media, and please consider hitting the thumbs up button, sharing the video out, or subscribing to the channel if you feel so inclined. So I myself am Pisces. I have 3 planets in Pisces. My sun sign is Pisces, my Mercury is in Pisces, and my Venus is in Pisces. So there you go. So I'm not only a Pisces, but I'm a heavily placed one at that. So let's see what's going on with the Piscean energy for the month of July. This first card is going to be the signifier for the month. It's kind of like the tour guide, what we might want to reflect upon, what we might want to think about. It could be the theme of the month, or what sort of like the overarching big issue could be for this month. So let's see what comes out. The deck that I'm using is the Oracle of Mystical Moments. I just thought it would be good to use an Oracle deck, and this one called my name. And for my Pisces, how perfect is this? Card number 12, all is connected. You guys, I'm sorry that the light is so bad here. I thought doing this in front of the window would be a good idea, and it's not. I have to be at this desk this morning, so sorry about the lighting. All is connected to me. Being card number 12, I always associate 12 numerologically boils down to a 3. I always associate 3s with the connection of the mind, body, spirit. When we're looking at, connection and all is connected, that would make sense to me too. I love that. What's going on here is this girl is kind of connected to nature. There's a web. I don't know how well you guys can see this. There's a web with a spider in the center of it. Her hair is blowing in the wind. We have roots down into the ground. So we're not only connected to the air, we're connected to the earth, we're connected to the water, we're connected to, all of it, right? And we're also connected internally through our mind, body, spirit, that number 3. So ideally, and maybe it's because we're in that lovely, at least the beginning of July, we're in that lovely Cancerian energy. It is Cancer birthday season. Also, we've just come out of a Mercury retrograde, and although Jupiter and I think Uranus is also going retrograde, or maybe it's Neptune, it's one of the two. Even though they're going retrograde, I think the release of the Mercury retrograde and being in our sister sign of Cancer's birthday season, it definitely is going to sing to us or work very well for us. Take this time or this month to get things in order as far as the mind, body, spirit connection and our connection to our environment, Pisces. I think that we have always been kind of naturally gifted. The water signs are definitely a little bit more, let's say, not only emotional, but also they have a very strong intuition about them, right? They have a very great way of kind of connecting in and tuning in. And I feel like, especially with Pisces, we can kind of connect into those really outer worlds in a way, or inner worlds, if you want to see it that way. Ideally, today or this month is with this card, this is the opportunity to connect into those spaces, those energies, those beliefs, those intuitions, whatever, and listen to them, right? Give them space in your head this month. Give them the opportunity to be heard, to play out, and watch sort of the opportunities that come from them. This kind of feels a little bit magical to me. We'll see what cards come out in the tarot, and I may go back to this signifier in a minute here. Now, this first card is the center. This gives me an idea of where the Pisces are centered this month. You'll go in and out of this card, but the reason why we look at it is it tells me sort of where you're operating from throughout the month of July, but also what you could potentially be creating for the future. So this is not mad at this. This is the Ace of Pentacles. don't know how well you guys can see it. I'm sorry. When I look at all of the greenery in this card and then the greenery of the garland of the doorway that this cat is sort of opening or moving the pentacle out of the way, the Ace of Pentacles would indicate new beginnings at a material level, because Pentacles is the earth element. Earth element is complementary to Pisces' natural water element. So I like that this is the center for us. It's grounded, it's centered, it's connected. It's new beginnings. So we might find ourselves in this next, we're not quite at July yet. If we find ourselves wrapping up with things, becoming tired of things, ready to let go of a few things, go with it, Pisces. Let it go. Because this Ace of Pentacles would indicate new beginnings, new opportunities, new doors opening up. We may have to put in the work to open those doors, but our focus is about that creation of more, right? Whatever that more is that we want in our physical life, right? For some of you, this could be more money. For some others of you, this could be more love. For others of you, this could be a new job. Whatever it is, I feel like that is our focus this month, is like not only how we're all connected to it, but how do we go about creating that and making that very real. Sometimes, and what I'm getting from these two cards, just sort of playing off one another, we might have to dig deep within our subconscious or our intuitions, our more out of the box thinking, right? But when we do that, and when we realize those connections and we put them to work for us, we start to make things happen maybe in a physical place, right? That would be this Ace of Pentacles, that are unexpected, that are new, that are exciting, and that are hopefully opportune for us, right? So let's look at the foundation card. This is what everything is built upon, right? This card tells me a bit about sort of why things were in the past, why things were the way they were, and what was going on, and what sort of opened the door for everything to become the way that it is today. It can also be the memory of this card that is sort of pushing everything forward into the future, or holding everything in place. And that's why we look at this. So this is the Six of Pentacles. Interesting that we have dual Pentacles energies, because Scorpio had the same. They had the first two cards out were Pentacles energy. So something's going on with my water signs and their earth counterpart. Again, complementary, because it is an earth sign card. The Six of Pentacles to me is about charitable well-being, things coming back into balance, sometimes money exchanging hands. But overall, when I look at this card and this being in the foundation, sixes are always a nice energy to have. I think that this is a great foundational card. There was a period of our lives, probably in the past, where everything was sort of good in the world. Things were kind of working out. Things were even keel, felt really nice. The world felt right. And maybe in the last year or so, we haven't been feeling that. We've been picking up on the craziness of COVID and everything else that we've been dealing with. Well, I feel like now the ship is finally starting to right itself again, at least for my Pisces, because we see this all as connected, where we can kind of key back in. The Six of Pentacles would also be about connection of the past, where we felt like we were all was right in the world. We might be opening the door to that sort of feeling through this Ace of Pentacles, where it becomes really palpable, really real, that like our life can get back to normal again. Maybe some of you have been vaccinated. Maybe you're able to see your friends again and be I don't know, reconnected in a way that feels right, or feels comfortable, happy, social again, and be open to that and enjoy that. Not only does that happen for you at a social outward level, but I also feel like with the three nature here, it's happening for us with it internally too. Oh my God, the dog is snoring really loud. Anyways, so relish that and enjoy that. I like that this Six of Pentacles is driving us too, because it's going to lead us to sort of more opportunity, more opportunities to not only give help, but also receive help, right? And what I mean by that is to feel supported and to be able to support others. So there's nothing wrong with that. Even though this is a card from the past, it says to me that our goal here is to feel more equitable, more where not only are we giving, we're also receiving, right? And we see that also in the phrase here, all is connected. So we see the bigger picture this month, and we're able to create new opportunities from having that perspective. That perspective becomes a gift to us versus rather than a setback, right? Because there have been times where we maybe been operating in a world that doesn't necessarily feel that way to us, and that can be highly uncomfortable for Pisces. All right, so this next card is the Spirit or Soul card. This card tells me sort of where your spirit or soul is at, what it wants you to focus on during this month. And this is the Six of Wands. Interesting. We have a 6 and a 6. The Scorpios had a page and a page, so that's kind of weird. I like the balance of it. I'm not bothered by it. The Six of Wands is about celebration, but also about sort of public validation in a way. But when I see this in our spirit space, I feel like what it's saying is share your spirit, because the wands is the element of spirit. It's the element of fire, but it's also the element of spirit. So I love that this is sitting in the spirit position of this reading. It's saying to me, sorry, I had to take a sip of water. It's saying to me, Pisces, understand who you are in spirit. Enjoy that. Allow it to be seen. Allow it to be celebrated, even if it's only us that's celebrating it. But I don't think that's the case with the Six of Pentacles down below. I think that there might be an opportunity for others to see us as we are and to appreciate us. Share who we are. That would be the Six of Pentacles down below. Share what gifts we have. Share the beauty of our spirits. Share the charm, the nature, the empathic nature, or the emotional nature and the awareness that we have, the emotional intelligence that we carry with us. Share all of those things and understand that all of this stuff brings us into that, number 3, all is connected balance within ourselves, but it also helps to assist others, right? And we love to do that, I feel like, when we're in a good way, right? I know when I'm frustrated or whatever, I sometimes I can't stand people and I need my alone time, but for the most part, this looks like a very positive experience for us this month. Okay. The next 2 cards are the outside influences. These are people, potentially things that are affecting us either positively or negatively. They can represent as people or events, sometimes things more vague, like belief systems or energies that we've adopted or that are around us that don't necessarily belong to us, but we, are being affected by them. So let's see what the first one is. So the first one is the 7 of Cups. Now this is Cups water energy. This is confusion, usually indicates as confusion. There could be one too many options on the table or too many paths being presented to us. This could be a confusion around this all is connected too, because when we are looking at the bigger picture, sometimes Pisces can have a hard time making a decision because there's too many options on the table. That can lead us to being like confused or getting confused around our emotions around a certain subject or thing. So be mindful of that. Ultimately, I feel as though the 7 of Cups, because it is Cups energy, although it could be a little bit of second guessing or confusion energy, it's not going to be super detrimental. It presents like, to me, it presents like an at least a multitude of options for us. If we get too caught up in the fear of choosing the wrong option or not choosing an option at all because we can't make a decision, that's when I would want to be careful. Right? But I think with the 6 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles coupled with the Ace of Pentacles in the center, we should be able to trust our judgment this month. I would say, although all is connected, Pisces, trust your own judgment over anybody else's this month. Don't necessarily, that would be that singularity of the Ace in the center. Don't necessarily take others' opinions or their emotions or whatever so much on board that it causes confusion or delusion or things to become unclear from the outside. Does that make sense? Because that could be the 7 of Cups too. Too many people throwing too much at you, right? Now on the other side, we have the Magician. This is Major Arcana. The Magician is the first card of the Fool's Journey in the Major Arcana. It's card number 1 right after the Fool. The Magician is about pure creation. He's about making things happen. When I see this all is connected and I look at the Magician, there should be synchronicities that come to us this month. I don't necessarily get a feeling that this Magician is a specific person. I feel like it's an overall kind of arching theme where if we're paying attention to the magic in life, if we're paying attention to how the universe unfolds to us, it can be extremely powerful. We can sort of tap into a sense of well-being, a sense of feeling connected, a sense of moving through July with great ease, and the ability to create quite a bit if we want to. If we get caught up too much in the 7 of Cups, we're not going to create as well, and we're not going to create as quickly or as easily, right? We're going to be stuck in more of a space of fear, confusion, emotions, all of that sort of stuff. Now, emotions is our superpower, even though sometimes we can get rocked by them. But I think that the opportunity here also, which is more important, is that Emotions aside, we can also tap into that greater fabric of sort of the energy of, how do I want to put this? I don't even know if I can put it into words. Like, we can connect into that fabric of the energy of life, or we can see the magic in things. We can connect to spirit. We can connect to the sort of the thing that lies beyond. I mean, me personally, and I'm not trying to brag or anything like that, but I see messages in things all the time, like in nature or in cards. Like I read cards, or I read charms. I get signs from like bumper stickers or license plates at the right exact moment, and I'm like, whoa, was that planned? Like, what the fuck? Or am I going crazy? It's that same thing, you know, when you see 333 on the clock when you're thinking a thought or whatever. We have a tendency to tap into that, and that's some of this all is connected energy. And I feel like that's also this magician's energy. As we connect into that, it can be quite a powerful tool to move us along through this month in a way that's productive, exciting, and opens new doors for us. Also note that we have a 6 and a 6, and we have a 1 and a 1, right? Because this is card number 1 of the Fool's Journey. So we also have a balance happening here between the Ace of Pentacles and the Magician. I just noticed that. So that's kind of cool too. So this can be an opportunity this month, as long as we stay kind of in our own lane and believing in ourselves, trusting our own spirit, and acknowledging that, validating that, and living from that place, and grounding in that desire of what the 6 of Pentacles represents. We can watch things kind of unfold for us. We can also even have maybe some say in the matter. That would be the magician's ability to create, right? He has all 4 elements at his disposal. So that would also be this feeling of all is connected. Like, key up whatever it is that you do that puts you in a high vibration, Pisces, do it this month, because that high vibration is going to get you probably some pretty good experiences in the month of July. If you're in a more lower vibration, or you're in other people's low vibrations too, me being a bit empathic, that 7 of Cups, like in my scenario, would be me getting too caught up in others' emotions and getting confused by that, because I pick up their emotions and start to think that they're my own, or how do I fix this for them? It's not our job. It only offers to confuse us. Stay more connected to the magic and the trust and the faith that's required to stay connected into all is connected, and let it like sort of bring you the gifts that it wants to, right? All right, so this next card is the potential outcomes card. This card tells me sort of where things are going to end out for the majority of the Pisces, barring that nothing major changes. It is not set in stone though, so if it's a negative card, we can take it as a warning and utilize it to make choices and changes through our free will to affect the outcome so it does not come to pass. But if it's a positive outcome, we can take heart in the fact that we're naturally heading towards it. So let's see what that is. So this is the 5 of Swords. So what this tells me instantly is that some of us might be leaning more towards the 7 of Cups, which is this emotional confusion energy that could be affecting us. The 5 of Swords is about, to me, it's air element, but it's also, it's transitory, similar to like sort of the 7 is, but it's about kind of, the way that I perceive the 5 of Swords is about sort of winning the fight at a cost, right? Like having to prove our point so much so that we sort of lose something in the balance, right? We don't necessarily, we may be pushed so hard that we don't, we get our point across, but it doesn't necessarily feel as rewarding as we originally thought it was, as we were fighting so fervently for it. Now, I don't see a lot of fighting in these cards, but I do see the discord that the 7 of Cups could present. And like I said, if that's other people's energy, or we're taking on other people's perceptions, feelings, trying to amend them for them, there is a certain place for that in our lives, right? We have that 6 of Pentacles down below, but we don't want to take it on so much so that we lose sight of what it is that we want, or we end up missing out on this sort of sense of everything being connected, that the magician can open things up for us. We want to stay tapped into that higher vibrational, bigger perspective, broader thinking, more optimism kind of feel that we get through here with the Ace of Pentacles, the 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Pentacles, right? And the Magician, but he's an outside influence, right? The Five of Swords indicates that some of us might get caught up or tripped up on ourselves, on our thoughts too much, maybe the emotions of others through that Seven of Cups, that we don't necessarily feel as super connected by the end of the month as we should throughout the entirety of the month of July, or as we would through the month of July as it's being offered to us. So like I said, this card is not set in stone. So we can take all of the other cards and think about those and say, no, wait, I want to stay in this all is connected perception. I want to follow the magician. I want all that creativity at my fingertips. I want all that opportunity as my experience, and then allow that to take place, allow that to happen. Don't be fearful of who you are and what you know, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense to the world around you. I mean, as long as it makes sense to you and you're connected to it, then it's all is connected. Does that make sense? I feel like Pisceans have this gift of being able to see the world through a different perspective that not everybody can relate to or understand, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not correct, right, and real. And so keep that in mind as you move through July. Don't let the sort of limitations, emotions, or thoughts of others diminish the beauty that is who you are and what you know to be true, right? Connect into that and allow it to be your guide, it to be your truth, and allow it to create for you the experience that you deserve, that you need, and that you require. That is your Pisces forecast for this month, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it makes sense. You have to figure out where it best applies to your life. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, and share it with other Pisces that you know. I know that there's a ton of Pisces out there reading, watching these videos, these tarot scopes, and I don't understand why I can't find them. Like, I see them on other channels. I see entire channels on YouTube dedicated just solely to the sign of Pisces, and those people have thousands more views than I do, and I don't understand why I only have like 12 views on my videos. Anyways, have a wonderful July, Pisces. Enjoy this time. Stay connected in at all levels, physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional, and really enjoy the beauty that is not only who you are, but the life that you will receive this month. And I look forward to seeing you guys next month. Take care. Bye-bye.